As you can see over here, I was looking at a trade on NASDAQ. And I wanted to do a live stream, but my OBS is not working at all. So what I was looking at is NASDAQ took out some buy side and it did not displace higher. And then it started rejecting that 5-minute fair value gap, as you can see over here. So what I did was I mapped that out, 5-minute fair value gap. It inverted it by closing it below. So right now you see me setting up a trade. I have 5 lot size on a paper trading account because I don't want to get in trouble with like the the authorities and stuff like that. Sorry for that sound. So yeah, what I was looking at was NASDAQ had already reached a weekly fair value gap, but right now we're just taking a nice New York PM trade. So what we did see was a taking off that liquidity, that buy side liquidity, and it has just hit RTP. And I recorded this live, as you can see. No hindsight trading, live markets. You can also see the countdown. So the entry is hit right now, and I'm monitoring what is happening with price. Will it respect that inverted fair value gap? Because it left some nice, like relative equal lows below, right? That sell side is really juicy. We are in a bearish market structure. And with the taking of the liquidity but not displacing higher, that shows me it might want to trade lower. So that's what I'm waiting for right now. I got my stop placed above the, not above the wick, but above the order block because I don't want to see price come up all the way back up there. So I'm marking out a fair value gap that I want to see violated. So I want to see a close below that. And price coming lower. And I wanted to see something like that, where we retested it to become a bearish fair value gap. I've placed some buy limits at all the sell side that's there. So it's now retesting the gap. And we need to see if it's getting rejection. Traded through it, and then I started looking at the 2-minute chart, and I found out there was a little volume imbalance over there that got filled. So you see me checking it here. There is a little gap. So it rebalanced that, then started trading lower again. And you see that the 50% of that fair value gap got respected. But I also marked out, you see that little line above on that ugly black candle. I mean ugly because that candle doesn't have a wick yet. So that's why I'm not placing my stop lower still, because I know what price will do. It will rebalance everything that's not balanced. And a candle without a wick is not a balanced candle. So I have that little line on the chart because I still believe that it might take that, even though it's forming an order block here. And it's hitting the 50% at first, but as you can see in a second, it will start trading up higher. So now, because it's ripping above that order block, it's no longer valid. And as you can see, yes, that's the line. I want to see price rebalance that and respect the 50% of the inverted fair value gap. It taps it right now. And that's what I'm looking at right now. If we can stay below that. Price pushing down again. Here I'm saying the candle needed to be fixed. And I want to see a close below that one again. And then something happened because I totally forgot about NFP. So that was a little bit stupid. So as you will start to see in how many minutes? 6 minutes, there will be some FOMC going on. But I was looking at this. We now are forming like a nice market maker sell model. So as you can see, price has made a nice distribution on the left. It made a high, it's now displacing lower, and it's now making a redistribution on the right side. So that's what I'm watching now. And market maker sell models, you want to see some speed. There's a little fair value gap that I'm looking at to be tapped and then become resistance. So I've placed my stop above that last high. We have 3 minutes left until FOMC, and I totally forgot about that. If that were the case, I would have not placed my stop, or at least changed my stop loss, but we will see what happens. So we have 2 minutes left. Still want to see price tap that fair value gap, as it's doing so almost here. So as you can see, I'm monitoring what PDRAs are respected and if it's still in line with the bias I have. And the bias is that it needs to take out sell side, but price action needs to confirm my bias. So I'm monitoring if the bearish PDRAs stay respected. And now we get FOMC when you hit one profit, and then we smash through my stop loss, and I should have held my stop loss above. But as you can see, I got in again because I still believe that the news is only the driver for what is already there in market structure. So when a TP got hit, then the stop got hit, and that was about $80 in loss in total. So I got in again. As you can see over here, yeah, it's 999.20. So I'm $80 in loss. But because I do think my bias is still correct, I got in immediately again. So now I want to see a close of that candle, because now we finally have a close below that fair value gap. I'm adding another contract. When it retested that, and now it's a waiting game. We formed a nice little bearish order block, as you can see over there. When it retests the order block, I'm adding another contract like that, and then we get to our TP. So as you can see over here, first I made $80 loss, and then a 4,215 in profits. So yeah, this was a really nice trade, as you can see. I used everything ICT uses. So we took some liquidity. It was in line with the bias. And then I looked for P arrays, the bullish ones being disrespected, so we could get in on the short. So I hope this video was valuable for you, and I see you in the next one. Bye bye.